And maybe I'll do an episode where I just do whatever the side quest suggester suggests under once more a favor. Those are probably the most important side quests in the game, right? Just try to avoid accidentally stumbling into the Manderville quest chains, because that's definitely a group thing. So this one was level 43, yeah. Yours is a welcome fate, Sergeant Dargavesh. Face, not fate. I have a task for which one of your impeccable record will be well suited, though perhaps campaign would be a more fitting description given the sheer commitment this mission demands. Oh, jeez, I gotta clear my schedule. As you are well aware, the inhabitants of Thanalan have long suffered the hostilities of the Amalj'aa. This would be really awkward if I had already started doing the Beast Tribe with them, where I become friends with them or something. I don't know if that's what happens. The lizard men have been quiet for a time, chastened by your victory over the primal Ifrit, but once again the beast men stir. There has been a resurgence of kidnappings, and in greater numbers than before. Matters have gone so far out of hand that the local garrisons have petitioned us for reinforcements. That is why I wish you to lead an extended action against the Amalj'aa and put a stop to these raids. Report to Commander Giselbert, head of security of Little Mhigo, and he will brief you on the details of your mission. Womp 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 womp. Not you, I'm not trying to click on you. I'm trying to go to Little Mhigo, the place where people were discriminated against, but we haven't followed up on that much, although the monk storyline almost did. Because the villain of the monk storyline was actually an Alamegan, which kind of put it in Black Panther territory where maybe the villain's kind of right, though? But then he had to go and do a violence, which is just, that's the fucking Disney Marvel formula, is make a character that's basically right, but then they go do an atrocity on people, and you're like, oh, well, now you're bad, and I'm justified in stopping you, and we're not gonna think about what you said that much. That was right before. Commander Swift said he'd assigned someone to assist with our growing beastmen problem. Glad to see the urgency of our situation is taken seriously. Now, I'm sure the commander explained, the Amalj'aa in activity in the region has grown almost frenzied. Seems like lizard men are determined to carry off every peddler and traveler that tries to pass through southern Thanalan. And I'm not speaking of furtive nighttime raids here. The bastards are striking in full daylight, even against escorted merchant caravans. We've heard reports of raids as far south as Sagoli Desert, so it's not a simple matter of increasing patrols on the roads into Little Mhigo. We must mount a decisive response, and soon. The next time the Amalj'aa appear, I want you ready to send them howling back into the desert. Not long before you arrived, in fact, our scouts reported a merchant resting in plain view on one of the trade routes. Make haste to the location I've marked on your map and see that the fool isn't taken by a raiding party. Here I go. To save them as fast as possible, unless I get interrupted by a surprise PvP thing, in which case, haha, guess you're gonna die in the desert, because I've gotta go fake duel some people. This is a long queue time. I'm about to hit the average wait time, and that's usually... I don't think any of my queues are actually done by the average wait time in this game. I think it always takes longer. Look at all the little baby level enemies. They're all baby level. Do I talk to you? What is it, adventurer? I'm not setting up shop here. I simply stopped to give the birds a little... Amalj'aa raiders, you say? Kidnapping merchants? I don't suppose you'd consider waiting around till I got my chocobos back in the traces, would you? Ah, he's letting the chocobos graze. And he's gonna get ambushed when he literally can't flee. That does make you incredibly vulnerable. You might want a better system. Like, bringing some greens with you. Oh! The dinosaurs are here and they're jacked! What do those head things even do, though? You guys' tails are in the wrong place. Are you spore characters? Overconfident fools. You think your raids here go unnoticed? They're fighting each other? Which one of these is the one, is that the representation of the beast tribe I joined or something? What treachery is this? You are of the Brotherhood of Ash? We are. Though we number but few, we shall be your death this day. Oh, maybe I'm am I unlocking the Amalj'aa beast tribe? On accident? the dinosaur stock sounds. Traitorous heathens, your victory will your victory will come at a price. I lost track of the voices. We're doing the Vanu Vanu thing where they're the same character model, but some of them are blue, and the blue ones are good. And Catgirl is here, just in case you were worried. Attacking when the enemy's back is turned, your ancestors would turn in their graves. You guys just shot them in the back with arrows, you hypocrite. I guess they're ambushing merchants though, and that's what you mean? But also you're doing that. A soldier's life is one of peril, and the first rule of war is to understand the mind of your enemy, as well as your own. Your presence is noted here, adventurer, but this is our battle. You need not become involved. I am Amalj'aa, and I lead the Brotherhood of Ash. We are what remain now that the all-consuming flames have reduced the rest of my people to unthinking zealots. You interest me, child of Eorzea. Be it fortune or fate, I would not ignore the sources that sought to bring us together. Horses, shit. I extend to you an invitation to join us at the Ring of Ash. So these are essentially like the real Amalj'aa. Whereas the ones we've been fighting are the ones that have been taken over by the, they've been mind-controlled by the dude, the thing, the word, the Aeons, the Scion, not Scions, the Eidolons, whatever they're called in this game. They change the name every game, but they're the same thing. It is like there's like a logic loop that's interesting going on there, where, like, when you believe in something really hard, you create something. Because at this point we've verified that they're not actually summoning the god itself. They're believing in the god so hard that they essentially create a simulation of the god that shows up in person or something. And like, but then that fake god thing can then literally mind control people, and it's incurable and forever apparently. But like, they did it to themselves because they summoned the thing that then controls them, and it's like a lot. It's like people like choosing to lose free will and like the opposite of the Vath, essentially, even if they don't necessarily understand that's what they're doing. But I also don't know if that was necessarily canon yet at this point. Welcome to the Ring of Ash, adventurer. This place serves as home for our humble gathering of soldiers. My brothers and I ever seek to hone our martial prowess and honor the blood of our ancestors. We keep the old ways and of the desert nomad and the warrior. To those who are worthy, we show the proper respect regardless of origin. Your aura, it carries the reek of brimstone. Could you be one of the champions said to have laid low the Lord of the Inferno? Then I would have you understand the curse that has befallen our fanatic brethren. They have forgotten the code that governs our people, the glory that comes with a warrior's death. They spirit away the weak and the feeble, and offer them up in exchange for the barbed blessings of a hoary god. Day after day I witness the shameful acts of my kin. The honor of the Amalj'aa is a faded, paltry thing, no longer driven by the righteous fortunes of battle. It is these kidnappings that most stoke the flames of my fury. Why, the victims often bear no arms at all. What triumph can be found in such cowardly attacks? We are hunters, my brothers and I, and the fallen Amalj'aa who cuddle in Zan'raq are our prey. If you share my outrage, then I bid you join us in our kin war. No, I will not accept this pretender. You claim to be one of the heroes that felled Ifrit. I've cut down a dozen men who boasted that feat. Most likely you slew a guttering fire spirit and convinced yourself it was the king of the seventh hell. I guess you guys don't have photos around here. I did not ask for your counsel, Lunga. I, and I alone, make this decision for the Brotherhood. Then you better not stray into the path of my arrows, adventurer. We have too many enemies for me to waste ammunition on puffed up heroes like you. Alright, let's just fucking duel right now. Let's get out of the way. I'm 10 levels higher than you could even get in this content, so you're fucked. Forgive this interruption. I shall vouch for the authenticity of your claim. Only one who has faced and defeated Ifrit could have the sense that you do. Past glories, however, will not impress my soldiers. Prove yourself through your actions and you might find your reception here improved. Our foes are the Amalj'aa of Zan'raq. We shall break the fangs that feast on the helpless. Our target is clear and our resolve is unshakable. I thought I was doing a Flame Seal quest. I technically was, but this went places. Alrighty, I'm back here later, this time actually on purpose, because I did not know what I was getting myself into before. I guess you'll be the first of the ARR groups I start. I like being able to resize every window individually in this game, because oftentimes they're just pointlessly small, and it's like, I would like to be able to read things, please. I recently resized the inventory, and I'm like, oh my god, I can actually see what the icons are? It's not just a cloud of boxes. We, the Amalj'aa, were once simple nomads who roamed the vast plains of Pagotha'an. If any sought to impede our path, we relished the challenge to our skill at arms. For as long as our people have existed, it has been the tradition for aging warriors to make the pilgrimage to the holy land of Zan'raq, and there confront the specter of death. It is an honor to cast one's time-tempered soul into the sacred flames and return one's body to ash. But these craven whelps of Zan'raq quaver before death's inevitability. They seek not to fortify their spirit, instead groveling before a deity for the strength they do not deserve. I have not the words to express my disgust for the manner of this groveling, this subjugation of the meek by contemptuous weaklings. The path to true greatness lies only in conquering those greater than oneself, and in doing, attaining mastery over one's own failings. War leader, there is trouble. The flame fangs have scented fresh prey. They must sound to call to arms. Fuck. Everyone's bigger than me in these areas. It's weird. It seems you shall have the chance to prove your talents, adventurer. Show the Brotherhood your unbending steel. Lunga. These people are gonna give me big Klingon vibes. Your wish, war leader? This warrior is known by the name Lunga. Though her form may be Miqo'te, her soul harbors a raging blaze to match that of any Amalj'aa soldier. We of the Brotherhood know only the struggle of martial perfection. Tribe, clan, gender, these details matter not. Lunga, you will accompany our newest ally into battle. What? They chose me for this task? Surely there are others more fitting, some hatchling in training perhaps? Enough. I grow weary of your insolence. Shall I have my blade answer your mewling? No, war leader. It shall be as you command. Now we shall see for the charlatan you are. Meet me at this spot on your map. I pray your screams are short-lived. Come at me, I'm jacked. And I'm gone. You ever backflip onto a polar bear and fly out a window? On a flying polar bear? Bling, bling, blong, blong, blong. Hello. I don't think she likes me very much. How about when I one-shot everyone? Whee! And also this random passerby. Fuck you, random. Oh god, those things are horrible. Oh, they're anglerfish, but like in the sand. It's kind of alarming. You made short work of those raiders. I don't know who you are or where you came from, but you have my thanks. I heard the Amalj'aa were snatching folk from the trade routes again, but I thought that was just my rivals trying to scare me out of business. After all, the roads have been safe until now. I'll have to hire a guard or two for next time I pass through here. Damn beastmen, sellsword wages do not do so eat into a man's profits. I expected you to die here. Come now, we return to the Ring of Ash. Sir, ma'am, I one-shot them. Except that one guy, I guess. He technically was not one-shot. Surprising for me as well. I wonder if I hit the unit cap for doing full damage. There's just Amalj'aa everywhere. They're busy. How does anyone think they're gonna get around here safely if they see them as the enemy? Because they're everywhere. You are no hatchling in battle, that much is obvious. But do not think me so easily impressed. There is yet the question of your resolve. The Brotherhood of Ash is a conclave of elite warriors. Under the command of Amalj'aa, we wage a war of attrition against the zealots of Zan'raq. Those fallen Amalj'aa build altars and pitch camps wherever they please, convincing themselves they are the masters of the Holy Land. It must feel brave indeed to challenge none but the weak and undefended. Recall the raiders you but recently faced. They were members of the Flame Fangs, a faction among the Zan'raq Amalj'aa that, more than any other, delights in kidnappings. Naturally, they also draw the most ire of the Brotherhood. It is our mission to see the ambitions ground into dust and their leaders slain. Indeed, it is the duty of all who call themselves true Amalj'aa warriors. And now a warning. Do not seek to meddle too deeply in our affairs. This war is not some distraction to be dabbled in by outsiders such as you. You think my words unconvincing? You think that I too am no Amalj'aa? To the seven hells with what you think. Go make your report to Amalj'aa before he has to find himself a new pet adventurer. Wow, you're a lot. You look at that big meaty inventory. Make those icons big. I can actually tell what the pictures are. Also, there's not much here because I now have retainers and they have everything. Like one of them has all of my dies, one of them has all my random bullshit basically, except for whatever I picked up recently, which is like daily quest detritus and like this pet that I got a duplicate of that I think was already given to me by a guildmate. So I need to go find the guild chest and put it in there, and maybe someone will take it there, but I don't remember how to get there. Honored ally, news of your battle is spread through the camp. By all accounts, you fought with uncanny ability. None may now doubt that yours was the hand that slew a raging god. How is news spread through the camp? Isn't the only person who witnessed it the person that hates me and would not want to make me seem cool? If our cause rings true in your heart, then I would further welcome your aid. Will you unleash your fury alongside the soldiers of the Brotherhood? I will. Let the zealots fear our coming. Well said. Yours is a true warrior's heart. Though we differ in many ways, the foe that we would topple is the same. Let us vow death to the flame fangs. Theirs is a fire that cannot be suffered to burn. Neutral. And so another rep begins. Is this going to be readable? Wait, what? Oh, I thought they were going to be drop downs that all are listed above each other. I was a little nervous that it was that if I start ARR ones, it's going to be hard to see the Heavensward ones, maybe, or the heavens, or like it would be sorted in some kind of order. But no, you toggle between them manually. Okay. Look at that little 150. Look at that little 150. Only 10! Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow, Heavensward sure made this an easier grind. The original game requires you to do 15 quests to get through the first reputation instead of 3? That's such a significant difference. Oh, goodness. We're gonna be here for a while. Look at this skittery boy! He's neat. He doesn't fly, though. Creates a few problems. Does every mount fly in this game, eventually? I don't know. Back to the adventures of Small Catwoman Doesn't Like Me. And also some other stuff, I guess. Oh no, she doesn't like me. Do you know of Forgotten Springs, the Miqo'te settlement found to the south of the Sagoli Desert? We have just received urgent word from Lunga. She reports that a hunting party from the U tribe village was... The U tribe? Was ambushed by a sizable Amalj'aa force. Those that were not massacred outright were dragged away by the raiders. They have likely already been tempered. Lunga mentions, however, that one of the Miqo'te was nimble enough to evade capture and flee into hiding. We have no alliance with the U tribe's people, but we cannot close our eyes to an act perpetrated by the very foe we so greatly despise. For the chance to strike a blow at our enemy, we will go to war for Forgotten Springs. Be my spear, honored ally, and I shall hurl you into the midst of Zanrak. Lunga awaits reinforcements to the southeast. Join your strength to hers, and do what must be done to rescue this lone, courageous Miqo'te ranger. Ooh, a little close for that mount. That's fine. It's okay-ish. Be real comfy if there was just like an auto zoom based on when you're on foot and when you're on mount, because obviously the moment you get on a mount, you're fucking huge. It'd be less of a problem. I think it's less of a problem on ground, maybe. But once you're in the air, you're like, I'm trying to steer. But I like being able to see my character, not having a fucking Diablo 2 camera angle the whole time. Or a CRPG. Ugh. Gods be good. When I requested reinforcements, I did not expect the war leader to send you. And just as before, you were too slow to respond. While I sat here grinding my teeth in frustration, I watched as the Flame Fangs discovered the ranger's hiding spot and hauled her off to their encampment. The encampment is their forward base, and as such, the place is awash with alert and wary soldiers. The two of us would fare poorly against such numbers. Without a cunning plan, that is. You, my eager outsider, will have to use my mount to sow a trail of chaos amongst their ranks. Listen carefully. The Amalj'aa like to stockpile the oil that they use to light their watchfires and such. Seek out the barrels and tap the drake's head. That is the command for him to spit out a gout of flame. The resulting explosion should be enough to of a distraction for me to slip in and free the captured Miqo'te. Once you have freed yourself of angry Amalj'aa, meet us beyond the edge of the camp where the desert begins. I've been doing these dailies for a bit now, because it takes 5 days just to finish the first reputation bar as opposed to 1 session of 3 quests like in Heaven's Ward. And a lot of them are about saving Miqo'te. I had to use this mount on the first day, but never again since. Blah. Something I've noticed about Heaven's A Realm Reborn dailies. Everything has a cast bar for some reason. Like, you just sit here for like 2 seconds before he just does it, and it's like, why? They just treated cast bars as the default or something. One of the worst cases I've seen is that there's ones where you have to wait at a spot, so you wait for the bar for the thing, and then after you wait for the bar to finish, an enemy spawns. You defeat that enemy, and then you're like, what's happening? They're sitting there with 1 health, sitting on the ground like they're weakened, and you realize you have to pause the game, go to inventory, press left bumper to go to your like quest items, and then correctly identify which quest. Oh, I guess we're done with the Aether Compass. You have to go to your key items, find which item was for that quest, and then use it while targeting them. You have to be targeting them correctly, and then wait for the cast bar and hope that all happens before they despawn, because they can despawn if you take too long to do the like confirm that you did it on them action. You have to like throw ash on them or something, and it's like, holy shit, that's a lot of weird steps. You don't want to like, and maybe I fucked up my interface somewhere, but I don't think I did. It's like you might want to surface that item as a button on the screen somewhere instead of just having us like search through our menus for it. I definitely noticed that I've almost repeated all of the Heaven's Ward rep grinds, and there are still mount quests. But hi. I don't have to fight you guys, do I? No, I just run away. Bye. But I've never seen a single quest in all of Heaven's Ward in the dailies where you ever had to use an item from your inventory. Where you had to open the inventory yourself. You'll click on a thing and then it'll open your inventory and highlight the item sometimes on non-living things, like oh, capture this thing or whatever. Like it'll be a non-enemy. It'll be some kind of thing sitting around, like an object. But specifically in these ones, they have you select an enemy, and selecting an enemy will not automatically open your inventory at all. So you have to go hunting for it for a bit, which is a bit of a process that they definitely stopped repeating later. You can see how they iterate. Even riding a drake, you somehow still managed to arrive last. I thought perhaps you'd been caught in an explosion, burned to a crisp. A pleasant thought, but apparently not the case. Ulun, how could that really be you? We had thought you'd long perished. No, I am sure of it. Your voice is unmistakable. I recall many days we spent laughing and chatting in the springs. I don't know you or your damnable springs. I am Lunga, a warrior of the Brotherhood of Ash. My people are the Amalj'aa, proud and strong. You have the wrong Miqo'te. I am heading back to camp. See this hunter safely home before you return to the Ring of Ash. And now we're going to learn your story. Is the Amalj'aa storyline primarily going to be about a Miqo'te and not the Amalj'aa? No escort will be necessary. I am a hunter of the U tribe. If I cannot cross the sands alone, I do not deserve to return at all. Jeez. I would, however, have you visit the springs in any case, adventurer. There is more to your friend, to Ulun, than that you should know. Let's spill some goss! Hello, y'all. I've been here before. Yeah, I have this crystal. We meet again, adventurer. I need to tell you that your companion is, without a doubt, the little loon that I used to know. There must be some pressing reason for a subterfuge. Many of our tribe were close to Ulun. They may help you understand why Ulun hides behind that mask, and how you might best help her. Wow, everyone knows who you are. You were popular. Or there's just so much going on around here. Ulun? Of course I knew her. She was my blood sister. We are both daughters of the former Noon, though our mothers were not the same. You find my choice of tense confusing? She is dead, stranger, slain alongside her mother more than 5 years ago. I did not witness the incident myself, but I will never forget the sudden pain of her loss. Aw, everyone misses you. Go home. Also, there's a giant worm attacking over there. No one's really reacting, but that's MMO mode. Oh my god, this is a really intense conversation. It is not uncommon to hear the skirmishes between our people and the Amalj'aa or that worm over there. The lizard men do not respect our territory. They interfere with our hunts. The desert suffers for their presence. That wasn't really about her. That wasn't about her at all, was it? Are all the Miqo'te female here? Ulun? Yes, I remember the name. She was a quiet girl, too timid to even slap at the biting desert flies. The lizard men took her away from us, and for that I shall never forgive them. This is a lot. You guys having fun? Alright, see ya. Why do I know she's sweet smelling already? I'm so far away. It's a good sense of smell. It is said that a hunting party was set upon by the Amalj'aa. Many of my kin have not returned from the sands. Must the tragedies of the past be so faithfully repeated? Until you do something about them. That's the trick. Lunga, I talked to all of your old friends and they had so much to say about you. God, that's a sentence that makes anybody wake up in a cold sweat. Oh fuck. People that know my embarrassing history are talking to the people that I intentionally never told about my embarrassing history. Never let anyone meet your mom. She's evil and scheming, and she will destroy you. And all the dogs are freaking out downstairs, and there's a lawnmower. So this is just a prime record. This is only the best for the Final Fantasy XIV bonus content. Fucking every noise at once happening outside. No idea of which ones do and don't pick up. You are late. I might have thought you delayed by a Welwick worm, but the glowing pity in your eyes tells the tale. Do they mourn for me in Forgotten Springs? Look at me, adventurer. This is an Amalj'aa battle mask, given to me by the war leader himself. It is worn only by those who have chosen the path of the warrior. You likely heard stories from the rangers of how I was taken or killed during an Amalj'aa raid all those years ago. They are right, and they are wrong. I know not how I survived the attack, but it was Amalj'aa who found me as I stumbled through the desert, barely conscious and badly wounded. He gazed down upon my battered face and gave me a simple choice. Linger here and die, or come with me and fight. It was then that I made the choice to discard my past, my family, my tribe, my very identity. I was reborn in the Brotherhood of Ash, existing for no other purpose than to feed the fires of my vengeance. This mask is a symbol of my resolve. It represents my transformation into an Amalj'aa soldier, strong and proud. I tell you this not to justify my deceit, but to dam the flood of your foolish questions before it begins. Now still your unwanted sympathy, and make your report to the war leaders. We're gonna slowly crack away at her resolve. Honorable ally, with your continued aid, the Brotherhood of Ash will rekindle the glory of your past. As once did our ancestors, we shall forge of steel our bodies and spirits, and greet death with honor. To no gods will we beg, nor against the meek raise arms. We are warriors, walkers of the path of righteous battle. We do not keel to claim our strength. Live by these words, and your soul too shall burn as brightly. Your torsos are trippy looking. His arms, combined, are bigger than his entire torso in width, which has like the pits, I guess, have like gargantuan like valleys going down the sides of his body, and his chest sticks out crazy like a dog. I guess they're dragony, so I guess it makes sense to some extent. I don't know why they have a head tail though. That's just a strange choice. Dude, like what is your body is so shaped strangely. Look how far out the chest sticks. And while the back also sticks out like that. It's like they got like, it's like how the hips of dragons in Heaven's Ward are like, whoa, 3 times the size of the rest of their body, but like in a different part in this case. Alright, so I get to have more quests again. So that was ooh. This guy has 3. And this guy has 3. 14. 14. 14. 10. Ah. So that's a structure they got rid of in the future in Heaven's Ward. I mean, they gave me 50 rep each, and then 70 with the Vath. So there was a lot more per quest. But this one lets you do more quests per beast tribe. So I guess each tier, or some of the tiers, might unlock additional entire collections of quests. So I only have 3 allowances left, right? Yeah, so I can only do the 14s and not the 10s. But that does mean that in this tier, there was 150 before, and now it's 360. It's gonna take the same amount of time every time, isn't it, basically? It took 5 days to finish because it was 30 rep per day. Now it could be 72 rep per day. But like, just like how the rep I can get per day is just over twice as much, the rep required to get the next tier is also just over twice as much. It's like a completely linear progression, it looks like. By contrast, you got 50 rep per quest on all of these, or 70 for the Vath, and you had 3 per day all the time, and the rep never increased, and the number of quests never increased. So you made progress through each bar slower, but you did literally start out on the first day 50% done with the second bar. That's how fast the start was. So I don't know how that math works out. It's definitely more work, because even if they're giving me the opportunity for more rep per day, they're having me do more quests. They're making me do more quests per faction per day, because just in order to do, yeah, for all six of those giving me 72 rep, which is less than half of doing 3 quests in Heaven's Ward. I have to do 6 quests here. So I'm doing twice the work for half the reward, because I have to do 6 quests for that. That would be a thing. It does make it more... It's not like the most comprehensive... It's not the most like interesting thing ever, but like there is like some math to be done, or like some questioning to do of like, what order should I do things in? Like, once these are maxed out, at some point I'll want to like start chipping away at the other reps, and in particular, I'll probably want to at least be getting one of those reps through its first bar while I'm doing Amalj'aa's higher level stuff, and like always be progressing so that something else is getting ready. Because if it's not getting ready at the very least, then you can get trapped with this one. Like, if I finish this rep, then I have to start all the way over at a new rep where I'm only getting 30 per day and only have 3 quests. like you want to be able to use Alt 12 to maximize your progress. So you probably want to always at least be juggling 2 or 3 of these, even if you do start getting to do more reps per one. Just because if you ever reset back to having only 1 at neutral that's left to do, then suddenly you're like, well, I'm making like 1/4 the progress I could be making for this entire week until I get the move on. Well, that's all micromanaging stuff. That's the background. That's my bullshit that I gotta deal with. Oh, the complexities of trying to play this game for relatively casual reasons while the ongoing launch filibustering is happening. So I got as far as doing all of my dailies, God, probably like 3 days ago, I guess. And I was like, okay, before I turn these ones in, I qualified for the rep cap, so I'll hang out for a bit, finish breakfast or anything else I want to do. I'll be back in a little bit to come back and do the story. And then it's like, you lost connection. I'm like, that was not long enough to AFK out. That's a disconnect, isn't it? And then for the next few days, because the weekend came around, even early in the day, because people are off, the queue times are so long that you're just not going to be able to play this game unless you're willing to wait very long times. I waited once, and I errored out before I could get in, and so I'm like, I'm not starting over. I'll see you on Monday, game. So this, if I thought the Amalj'aa grind was going to take a while with how small the rewards are for each quest, it's going to take a lot longer if I have to miss out on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of each week. But we'll see. Fortune is with us, honored ally. The Bloodhood Scout has chanced upon a concoction of our hated foe, the Flame Fangs. The surreptitiously learned of their insidious scheming. They plan to pull the springs of their tempered puppets and orchestrate another kidnapping raid. It is the intelligence provided by these tempered spies that affords the Flame Fangs such a wealth of victims. They cannot be allowed to continue. We must gouge out their hidden eyes and blind them to the movements of their prey. You are no stranger to little Mhigo, I trust, though it appears a haven for travelers and merchants. It is not but a rotting corpse filled with flame-addled maggots. We are fortunate, then, that you may walk among them unchallenged. Go to little Mhigo, honored ally, and do that which our Amalj'aa soldiers cannot. Root out the tempered and make of it a haven in truth. I feel like this could go really, 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 really badly for me really quickly, couldn't it? Because, like, yeah, this could go super badly for me. I'm going into a place that's supposedly friendly with me, but it's really... Mhigo's really politically fraught, from what I could gather from the monk quests. And so going in and attacking people that are pretending to... that are spies, like... They're spies because they're effective at what they do and are blending, so it just seems like you're attacking their people, and they're not going to think that you're attacking their spies. So, they could easily turn this around on me and make me be seen as the enemy of Mhigo, which they already see a lot of people as, because there's like some bad shit that happened here. I'm trying to... I've not been a monk for a long time, which is when we most engaged with that storyline. What's this? You claim little Mhigo has been infiltrated by tempered agents. I wish I could refute you, but I have had my suspicions. It explains how the Amalj'aa are able to set such well-timed ambushes, with spies inside the settlement. 'Twould be an easy feat to learn the schedules of visiting merchants and the like. Beyond my previous comment on how fraught this could be, there's the next level thing, which is the discovery that... Because, like, people probably usually don't have the nuance to be like, oh, there's, like, a group of good Amalj'aa that are helping us or whatever, and the Amalj'aa fighting us are, like, unusually bad or something. Like, that's not how racism works. so that they would all be blamed for any of the behavior of the Amalj'aa. So if they found out that I was attacking people from Mhigo on behalf of the Amalj'aa, it doesn't matter what warrior of light legend I've got behind me, like, I look like the bad guy, and it's really hard to come back from that. This is not gonna be how this goes, I don't think, but it should be. That's where definitely we're in here. It's ballsy as fuck to walk into one of the settlements you're supposedly allied with from the perspective of aiding a beast tribe that they're at war with, and then attacking the people in that town. Like, that could go so bad. Commander, sir, we've just received reports of Amalj'aa kidnappers attacking a caravan of travelers. They're dragging their captives off to Zan Rock even as we speak. Again? Damn those blasted lizards. This is the 5th time this moon. Most of my troops are still recovering from the last engagement, Sergeant. I need you to assemble a squad and chase down those kidnappers. Take whoever can swing a blade. Care to lend a hand, adventurer? I have not but raw recruits for this mission, and your presence may make all the difference. Pray join the soldiers out in the field as soon as you can. This is not an effective way of finding the spies. Unless the spy's gonna be like watching over Cliff, like even though like his spying would have been done back at Mhigo, so he'd just be randomly adding himself by being at the crime. Or maybe I'll go back and he'd be like, I've got intel about the spies, and he just did the work for me. Let's find out. That guy's laughing. Is he a spy? Wait, really? Wait, really? He really was laughing over him because he really was the spy, like I said? Wait, I was no, the thing I'm joking about can't be really what happens in the plot, can it? Who are? Ah, Giselbert sent another adventurer to wipe our asses, did he? Well, you're too late. With these soldiers down, this entire unit is in tatters. Ha ha ha! All it took was the right word in the right ear, and away they scrambled. It was like leading lame furples to slaughter. They really? What? A Realm Reborn writing was fucked, guys. I don't know how anyone has ever defended a Realm Reborn. I don't. To be fair, the consensus seemed really clear that the Realm Reborn is just like a barrier that's in the way between you and getting to the main story that's good in Heavensward or whatever. But, you know, because I make videos where I criticize things, I get all of the people that are like, no, it's perfect, shut up, fuck you, go back to WoW, loser. Like people get so mad at me for every criticism at a Realm Reborn on a regular basis, because there's always that guy that it doesn't bother them, and also they're not they haven't heard of the consensus before, apparently, that everyone seems to think that a Realm Reborn's kind of just not great, and you just gotta get through it. And so it's like, it's me, I'm the one who's wrong. Evil fanboy, be gone. I can't believe this. I can't believe the spy is just here. You're a spy. You're not the ambusher. This doesn't even make sense. And you're just outing yourself pointlessly because this quest has to be over in 3 dialogues or less, I guess, or something. Like, what the You set up a spy scenario, but there is no, like, Manderville-style mystery to unsolve. He's just gonna fucking be like, it was me! I'm the bad guy. You can tell because I'm at the ambush for some reason. What? Why are you just gloating over this guy? Were you going to kill him at least? Because, like, otherwise it's really obvious what you did. All it took was the right word in the right ear, and away they scrambled. It was like leading flame furples to slaughter. You're one of the newer recruits. You swore an oath to the immortal flames. An oath? Ha! My loyalty belongs to none but Lord Ifrit himself, and the Flame Fangs are generous to those who serve well. The immortal flames of Little Mhigo are not but the walking wounded. The Amalj'aa will be able to raid with abandon, and the soldiers we've captured this day will make fine additions to Lord of the Inferno's army. Right, we're still doing the whole mind control thing. You're still here? You think to punish me? That's rich. I have allies lingering nearby, and very soon the main company of the Flame Fangs will be arriving to take possession of the spoils. If you lay a hand on me, you'll be making some very powerful enemies. You've completely thrown away your ability to be a spy. Why are you here? There's no, like, in-universe context for you to be here. It doesn't make any sense. That was a weird moment of kicking me out to just restart the dialogue. Okay. You can't be serious. Flame fangs to me. Oh, okay. That's all it is. Hang on. Let me do my dance real quick. Oh, what did I press? Oh, I forgot what the button does, actually. No, that wasn't dance part. That was something else. Anyway. Oh, I was doing my prep, and they already lost. I didn't even start comboing. So anyway, about your flame fangs? About your flame fangs, sir? How did you... Who are you? This is not supposed to happen. They were meant to detain you until the main company arrived. Ha 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 ha. No, you stay away from me. Jesus Christ. You give love a bad name. There's so much fantasy violence in this game that you're not quite ready for, like, straight up arrow through the heart, instantly dead type moments and cutscenes. Oh, right. War. Zev, what in the seven hells is going on here? I have not changed out of my work clothes, first of all. Our net has caught some rare fish indeed. Nah, unless it's going to be a cutscene failure. The Brotherhood of Ash. They shame the Amalj'aa with their petulant refusal to submit to Lord Ifrit's cleansing fire. The bouncing is really weird in the middle of the cutscene. It's like when I was a monk and he kept moving so much when everyone else just has normal battle stances. He's so much taller than she is. He takes up the entire screen. They are not but ghosts of a fading past, so lacking in strength they resort to consorting with the slave races. You are Zagos Te. How do you see through the... Oh, there's your eyes. And I know of you as well, Lunga. Such an intriguing costume you wear. Have you enlisted in the army of my people? Enough games, lizard man. What have you done with the captives? Those that provided intractable were slaughtered. The Flame Fangs do not countenance the rebellion of cattle. The rest were already far beyond your reach, unless of course you intend to assault Zahar'ak itself. You civilized people make such endearing squawks and squeals as your hot blood sizzles on the desert sands. Though years have passed, I yet remember your mother and her bleating cries for mercy. Hells take you, you bastard. I've never felt such heat. You don't even look burned? Maybe it's magic fire that doesn't burn you. Seems counterproductive. Yeah. Is this the extent of the resistance I am to face? Is this the vaunted strength and resolve of the Brotherhood? I wield the unquenchable flames of Lord Ifrit himself, and you seek to extinguish them with a thimble full of spit. Listen, you're fucked the moment I actually get out of this cutscene. Also, I beat Ifrit already? Like, I beat Ifrit already, didn't I? I think I did. I don't know, Ifrit's in a lot of games. Wasn't he like the first boss? Yeah, you guys have the weakest of all of the Eidolons, not Scions, Aeons, Icons, Primals. Too many names for the same. Return to Amalj'aa and tell him this. This world has no use for the spent ashes. He and his followers shall be scattered before the searing winds of Zanrak's glorious ascension. The time of day changed mid-cutscene, didn't it? It's funny, they want to have the lighting look really specific ways. So there is a day-night cycle in this game, but it's not a fluid changing of the sun into certain... Like, it doesn't dynamically change the lighting that specifically. I think it's basically morning, evening, day and night, and it switches between them in like 5 seconds each time. So when you catch it happening, it's like really abrupt. All right, well, true to his history, the Warrior of Light spent the cutscene standing completely still and doing nothing, while people around them suffered for their inaction. He really had a problem with this threat all over Realm Reborn, and he hasn't necessarily fixed it either. God, Zev, I can scarcely believe it. A tempered spy within our own ranks. It's almost like this Ifrit can mind control people when anyone besides a Warrior of Light is around them, and it's permanent, and it can happen to any species, not just the beast tribes, you racists. My men, killed or taken. The lizard men wanted more than merchants. They were after the immortal flames from the very beginning, and I all but bloody served them up on a silver platter. I beg of you, adventurer, save the soldiers that yet live from a fate worse than death. Meanwhile, I'll see what I can do to salvage the tatters of my command. This ain't working out for you. Is that gonna be the next rep tier? Okay, we're gonna save the soldiers, but first you need to do chores around the house for the next 2 weeks. And then we can save the soldiers if they're still alive. I might not care about human lives very much. We'll see. Is it the end or not? I thank you for your report, honored ally. This Zagos tear you've encountered is the fetid maw that drives the Flame Fangs. His sole purpose is to bolster the numbers of Tempered. Each new fire-seared slave feeds the inferno of their god's power, and in turn the flames of Ifrit's altars bless the zealots of Zadrak with unholy strength. The miserable sparks of their ambition must be stamped out. Go, honored ally, and break the captives free of their cages. Slay the jailers in the encampment to liberate the keys. See, I never remember the name of the thing from the game with the stuff and the things because of Bloodborne and everyone correcting me over calling it Gowl. Okay, we are going to deal with it now. I'm so conditioned by the pacing of some of the other rep quests that I was like, they're totally going to stop, aren't they? Because like they're like, oh, well, that's a problem. We should deal with that anyway. Back to the rep grind. Maybe it'll be resolved later. Hello. Where could the Amalj'aa be? I'll never find them. Oh, fuck, the Amalj'aa. Bye. This is... So it seems like the quests are kind of... I guess this is more or less the case usually, is they're often repurposed daily quests, essentially. Although usually, I think in Heavensward it usually went the other way around. I think you play them in the main story, and then whatever new sort of like gimmick the main story quest had each tier gets incorporated into the daily quest after that point. Although I've definitely done this quest before, and last rep tier was also a quest that I'd been doing before up to that. Yeah, the breaking the bomb barrels. That's one of the ones I have to really keep an eye out for, because you have to spot them past all of the other quest objectives, and you have to do it while on a mount. And I continue to have the worst reflex ever, where I go to the furthest away objective, and I'm about to do it, and then instead of hitting the use the mount action button, I use the get off of my mount button, because I'm so used to flying to things and then getting off my mount to do the objective. And so I'll go all the way to the furthest objective, get off my mount, then try to do the objective, only to remember, oh god, I needed the mount's ability to do the objective. So now I had to go all the way back to the guy that gives you the mount, because that's how this quest goes. I did that before with the Moogles, but I've done it multiple times here, where it's rougher because it's a ground mount, so I'm also not flying. So it's a bit of a hike. But I can fly, ha 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 ha. Overall, it's a pretty breezy rep grind. The progress seems slow overall, but for having 6 quests, they literally are all in this open area. Some of them are on top of those ridges, some of them are around here, and at worst, there's one on the other side of the bridge by the beginning. but like it is like one confined area. The Heavensward daily quests sprawl the entire zones that they're from, and so you spend some time commuting. So and in a decent number of cases, you get to the spot and then you finish the quest, so it's not that big of a deal. The Moogles are the worst. You talk to one character who sends you to talk to another character, and that character tells you to craft items, and then you talk to another character after you craft the items, and then once you craft those items, you go hand them off to 3 people. And you're like, oh my fucking... Ah! You'll have a point where you're like, you think you're efficiently doing the things on your map in a way that makes sense, like space-wise, based on the way the objectives are laid out on the map. And then you'll be down to your last part. You're like, okay, time to wrap this up. We got like a minute left in Moogle Quest today, and I'll be all done. And then you realize that's only part 1 of like a 17-stage process that eventually leads to crafting stuff and then delivering to them to multiple people scattered around the map. And you're like, oh fuck. There's still no version of the dailies that are that time-consuming. Or I mean, it's decently time-consuming. I've gone back to using my my desk bike, and it has a timer on it, so I consistently take. It consistently takes 30 to 45 minutes, I think, to do the dailies, which is a good excuse to stay on the desk bike. But that definitely makes me realize, like, oh, this is that. Despite the relatively breezy objectives, doing 12 quests scattered across 3 zones is time-consuming to do each day. The variety is nice. It helps it feel less like that. I did notice that, I don't know when they started doing this, but WoW also started being more like this at some point too. Because in more recent expansions, you go to like the daily quest area, and there's basically just a bunch of NPCs standing around, and like a random selection of them will have a quest for you that day. Whereas, back when I did Burning Crusade rep grinding to get my Nether Ray and stuff, you did the same 3 quests every day. Period. Just, it was literally the same routine every day. And that isn't good. It's all padding, but that's the worst kind of padding. When it's literally like, just repeat this every day until we decide you're done. These ones are at least a weird selection of quests. And like some of them you're like, wow, I've had this 3 days in a row. And other ones are like, wow, this is like a rare spawn. What even is this quest? I gotta figure this one out. You've dealt our foe a crippling blow, mighty ally. Our warrior's blood sings at the thought of the confusion and devastation you've brought Zarak. Lunga, be still. What enrages you so? That's totally what some Amalj'aa sounds like. You know damn well what? That was the animal that savaged my mother. I'll tear out his heart and string him up by his entrails. Know yourself, young warrior. Or who's talking? Shit. I don't remember. I think it's the leader. Know yourself, young warrior. You are not yet ready to face the likes of Miqo'te. Should you confront your enemy now, you will die a whimpering cur's death. What are you saying, war leader? Is it because I'm Miqo'te? Will I forever be too weak to match Amalj'aa's strength? Foolish child, I say only that you lack martial wisdom. You imagine slights where none exist. War leader, Lunga's kid will be avenged. I shall fight at her side. Let us rouse the Brotherhood and smash this flame-fanged snake once and for all. He's Yadav-Ga. No. Against their assembled ranks we will but invite our own destruction, and our laws be clear. Lunga, this is a blood vendetta. None may aid you in its resolution. That's fucked up. Only through the glory of victory shall the shame of your defeat be expunged. This is a stupid ideology. If you've the spirit to rail and curse, then use it to build your strength, for strength is all that will aid you now. Your village was ravaged by an enemy group. You're not allowed to seek any help. Fuck you. Never mind the fact that he's the leader of an entire organization, so he's gonna have plenty of help on his end. This is a wildly nonsensical ideology. What the fuck? Bah! Sans take you all. It is said that the drake will drop its offspring into a ravine to watch it claw its way up. So it is with the Amalj'aa. What's the point of me gaining rep with you guys then, by helping you constantly if you're not supposed to help each other? Sounds like there's a few gaps in this thought process. I don't know if this makes any sense. Don't think that does. Here's the question. Do the 3 quests I wasn't able to turn in before count against my total for today? You bet your ash. Nope, still have 12. Alright. At least there's that. Meow, 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 meow. Would you like to hear this sound more times? So now I can do 3. Or 3 more, 9. These ones are worth 20? So slowly getting higher. So 3 times 10 is 30, 3 times 20 is 60, so that's 90, plus 3 times 14 is 42? So I can do 132 rep per day. So doing 9 quests will give me 132, which is still less than Heaven's Ward's 150 for 3. I wonder how many tiers there are, though. Maybe it won't take that long overall. I guess we'll see. I'm only gonna be able to do Moogles today, I guess, because I just grabbed 12. But these are almost capped. So I need to think about getting a second group to rep for. And at that point, I can prioritize doing the quests for the Amalj'aa that are worth the most, and the most that are worth for the other one, and then just skip the lesser ones, I guess. It's like a priority system, which is probably why they gave each set of quests to a different NPC, so you can keep track of which one to not accept quests from anymore, because they're not worth very much. People don't respect your chores very much, bro. That guy, he's got the premium chores. I do chores for you. People are like, yeah, that's just fib of God. No one cares. Alright, I don't know if I checked it right or wrong, but I think this might be the grand finale. Which is surprising, because it's, like, friendly, apparently? I guess? I don't know. I guess I'll find out. Either way, it's time for next part. Lunga is gone. She had no duties that would take her from the camp this day. I don't remember at all what he sounded like last time, or the time before that. I fear she rides for Zaharak, and her chance at Zagoz's head. The war leader must be told. Then let's go. Oh. Nope. She is gone. The impatient whelp. Reckless action is not martial courage. To charge into battle without certainty of one's self or one's enemy is to court disaster. Lunga's beyond our help now. This is her battle and her battle alone. Amalj'aa's law forbids intervention in such vendettas. If she wishes to perish in a blaze of false glory, then that is the path she has chosen. Lunga's decision define her as a warrior and thus will end her tale. Except I have a flying mount, so fuck you. Whee! Oh, it looks a little weird in first person, doesn't it? Oh. Nope, we're not done yet. Do you have something to say about this? Amalj'aa will do nothing. We have trained Lunga since she was barely more than a hatchling. There must be something we... Honored ally, I risk bringing shame upon myself and the Brotherhood. I beg you hear my plea. As an Amalj'aa, I am bound to our laws and customs, but you are not. Pray follow Lunga into... Am I not an Amalj'aa? I thought she's an Amalj'aa because she joined, and aren't I a part of the organization at this point? Am I an outsider still? What are the rules here? I thought it was like, not the Klingons, but the Kunari, where you can just be a Kunari. It doesn't mean that you're one of the big gray horned guys. The Kun. Man, I have not touched Dragon Age in 7 years, haven't I? I was like, I'm gonna cover the other 2 games right after that one. I've told myself that about so many different things over the years. It just doesn't work. The logistics. The logistics! But you are not. Pray follow Lunga into Zaharak and see she survives this madness. Purple stuff. Some of the daily quests in the 3rd phase, this last one, require you to finish fates, but like specific fates. You have to do this fate and get the item from it, and it's like, uh-oh. Because people are, I don't know if I left that in the video at all really, but an issue that we ran into in the Manderville video. This might be a rare spawn thing that's worth like a random drop of some kind. Nope. Apparently that's somebody else's duty and I literally can't interfere with it. But if you require a fate to do something and that fate is not there, you just need to fly around and do random fates for a while. And gotta say, when your entire daily quest loop across all the factions normally takes like 30 minutes, spending like 30 plus minutes doing random fates around the entire environment and trying to get the one that you need to spawn, that's a significant change in how long the whole thing takes. Where are you, Zagos-te? Your doom has come. You saying this stuff out loud is not good for your stealthing you're supposedly doing. Adventurer? Why are you here? Did you follow me? I told you I don't need... Since you are here, perhaps you can prove useful. There's a cage yet deeper within the stronghold. I thought that perhaps it might be... Well, just free the prisoner, yes? The key is held by Amalj'aa. He is the Flame Fang's second in command, and not to be underestimated. Zagos-te is mine, but you will have your share of the glory. Now go. So I think one of her old friends from the town got captured. And she might genuinely just be here for her revenge mission, but while she was spying, discovered that had just happened, and now she's like, oh fuck, a conflict of interest or whatever. And that's why she's so quick to get over the fact that I'm here. Because it's like, okay, whatever. Well, that's actually great news, because I can send you to save my friend. And I don't have to worry about that anymore while I'm going on my suicide revenge mission. Does it really say jive talk? It does. The fucking event around me right now that I'm not engaging in is jive talk, spelled like that. Okay. Got him. Guess I got the key. That was the second in command. Everybody else is way bigger than he is. He obviously wasn't like extra capable. Whoever I fight in the local fate, like that guy's a tank. It awkwardly started that music. Who is it? Who's there? Is it like her mother or something? Is she actually alive? Stay back. You stay away. I know why you're here, filthy kidnappers. You've come from my loon, haven't you? Oh no, she's holding a rock because her baby's been gone this whole time. She's been captive this whole time? They keep captives that long? Well, you can't have her. No one can have her. She's been promised to the Lord of the Inferno. I've come in here and cleared this entire encampment out like a dozen times now. Why have I never opened this cage? It would have been easy. Mother? You're alive. But we don't show age very well in this game unless it's that one old lady, wizard. So, much like him and Philia's mother or whoever that, yeah, it's like, you can't, there's no indication that they're old. It's like, oh, they have white hair. I have white hair. Who is that? No. No, I know you people snatchers and your dirty tricks. Now get out before you scare my little loon. Out! Out, I said. Also, she has white hair. Gods, no. There is not quite as touching as the reunion betwixt mother and child. I could scarce contain my tears of bittersweet joy. Zagazte, you'll pay for what you've done to her, and to me. Some of the tempered, such as this one, are exposed overlong to the sacred flame. They become the walking witless, barely aware of their own existence. Is Lord Ifrit's power not magnificent? Come now, it is time you were purified in the raging blaze of his blessing. Come back and face me, coward. Nah. I go now to put an end to that monster's abominations once and for all. But if I'm to have any chance of victory, I will need you to first destroy Ifrit's beacons. Honor and pride, adventurer. What's going on around here? I like that my task involves just wandering around their entire encampment and just taking out all of their major things. Kind of reduces the implied threat that the dudes are supposed to pose if I could just walk around and kill all of their major structures and then them in the process. If I'm to have any hope of victory. Those towers are sneaky. They don't, because especially at this rank where they're not that dangerous. You're like, what's going on? Why can't I leave? Because you'll wipe out the dude that aggroed on you, and you got your objective done seemingly. So you may be wondering, like, why is my character still in combat mode? I want to get on my mount and fly away. And it'll take a while to realize, oh, the fucking beacon is an enemy, and it's targeting me very infrequently. That's why I can't leave combat. Must find the beacon in the giant ring. I almost said circle, but it had the wrong number of syllables. And I said it slow enough that I could change to ring. Wow, what a master of improv. Stop aggroing. Now click on the shiny, apparently. What is the significance of this spot? Why would I wait here? You are as a lost kitten that has wandered into the Drake's lair. Surrender this doomed vendetta. Submit to Ifrit's will, as your mother did before you. Ah, because I had to be here for the cutscene. At basically random. Oh, they're right above me. I don't think arrows work that way. Ah, the pain. How is this possible? My spells are drawn from the searing furnace of Ifrit's might. Yeah, it's just based on belief, though. He's not real, really. Wrong. Your power was drawn from the beacons, and those altars of suffering are no more. Without your precious blessing, there's naught to protect you from the sting of my arrows. Mercy, I beg you. The will of our God is overwhelming. Spare my life and I shall become your slave instead. I don't think it works that way. It's supposed to be permanent. Pitiful creature. If any brings shame to the Amalj'aa, Zagos-Te, then it is you. Your power is broken, and my vengeance complete. No more of my arrows need be stained by your coward's blood. Crawl back under your rock, lizard. And then he's gonna strike. Gullible fool, die! Shouldn't announce that. You should just do it. Oh. Well. He's probably fine. Hey dude, you alright? I don't know which character that is because they all look the same. Is it... yeah. War leader. It is the leader. Also, I'm here on the floor, not near any of the useful places. You forsook all that is sacred to a true warrior of the Amalj'aa, Zagos-Te. For your cowardice and cruelty, the only reward is death. I beheld the entire confrontation, Lunga. You fought with honor and with courage. Such was my proud exultation. The dagger flew unbid from my hand. How unfortunate then that Zagos-Te stood in its path. It appears that perfect martial detachment yet eludes even me. He's legit like... he's legit doing the Full Metal Alchemist. Oh, it's raining. But for daggers. Were you watching, Mother? You have been avenged. She's not up there, she's down there. She's literally still alive. What? It's like there's an element of like, oh, my real mother is up there somewhere and not the person in front of me. But like, no, she's right. She's literally alive over there. Are you just gonna leave her in the cage? I don't think we killed her or anything. What the wait. That's a really weird final moment, looking up to the sky like that. It's weird implications, like they're just gonna leave her actual mother in the cage and just go home. What, you have dementia? Pff, into the pit with you. With the Flame Fangs defeated, the Amalj'aa within Zan'Raq will return to cowering behind their campfires. And though the embers of Ifrit's blessings yet smolder, we shall fight that fire with the flames we ourselves nurture, a strength born from within. But I need not speak to you of strength, for you, perhaps more than any, have neared the peak of perfection. You have earned the highest praise and deepest gratitude of my people. Even should our races clash in blood-drenched savagery, you, honored ally, will always be welcomed by the Brotherhood of Ash. I have seen my mother safely to the Forgotten Springs. It is unheard of for a temper to ever recover from their primal-induced madness, but it is my hope that she will at least find a measure of peace in our old home. Oh, and a word with you, adventurer. I questioned your resolve, and you have answered me as well as any Amalj'aa warrior would. You have my respect. And my thanks. Well, this feels strange. Why are you staring? I cannot help the way I look. My brethren must think me hideous. You've got complexes, ma'am. The road calls you, honored ally. Though misfortune seeks to waylay us, let us not stray from the path of the strong. Oh, we're not done. Okay, I was like, are we done? I myself was a little confused. I was like, what's going... I guess I do need to, like, return and, like, turn in... like, report back to duty for a quest I started, like, weeks ago at this point, basically. Remember the Immortal Flames? I found this faction on accident while trying to get caught up on their missions. And any features that come with that. Commander Giselbert submitted a detailed report, Lieutenant Dargovash. It seems my decision to assign you this duty was the correct one. With the Amalj'aa fanatics thus quelled, Thanalan may enjoy a measure of peace for a time. And though we are never in short supply of beastmen-related problems, excuse me, I believe that you've earned the respite from the chaos. Enjoy the rest while you may, Lieutenant Dargovash. As if I'm not going to immediately literally go to 3 other factions today, at least. Trusted. Oh yeah, more things from their vendor and whatnot. Have I ever fucking qualified for... Where are the timers? Down here. Oh hey! I can finally follow up on that situation. It's a different video, but oh my god, it's been a long time and I've been waiting for a single recruit to show up and they just don't. I'm like, well, how do I... You introduced me to this feature that immediately said you can't do it. Anyway, tend to spend some teleport money going right back where I came from. You obtain 912 gil. How much will this travel cost? 150. Okay. I've definitely seen 4-digit travel numbers before. I don't look at the feed very much, so that caught me off guard when I saw that. I'm like, how often is that happening? But like, I'm still not going to take the slow way. That's madness. Alright, which one do you use the Vendar? Mender. Vendor. There's multiple other people here. Ingots and ooh, there's dyes. Coral yellow, I've heard of that one before. We're trying to do fashion things and whatnot. Raisin brown, sea frog blue, peacock blue, raptor blue, currant blue. I don't mind the idea of unlocking dyes, but I really wish that even if it meant paying more for it, that you unlocked dyes permanently in this game. It's one of the things that it's one of the many things that because it's a back and forth, like when you compare this game to WoW, like which one feels better in various ways. And like, what's frustrating in this game in particular is that like, it has way better cosmetics overall than WoW does. But WoW has that fucking transmog menu. You just get to look at a giant grid of all of the physical appearances you have access to and just click on the ones you like and then confirm. Whereas in this game, it's like this weird mess of like menus where you can barely tell what you're looking at, and you have to try them all on one by one manually. And then like once you do find dyes that you like, you're like, okay, well it shows me every dye in the game basically, but do I have access to those dyes? And then you have to physically obtain them as items in your inventory in order to apply them, and it's just like, jeez. And in cases like this, it means going to like the specific vendor that sells it or something like that. And I'm like, this seems like a lot. Seems like that's just too many steps over too many expansions to just make your character the color you want them to be. It just doesn't have to work that way. A heavily armored carriage used by Amalj'aa to transport supplies. Is that a cosmetic to put in your room? I think it is. The mount is 120 grand. Does it at least fly? It doesn't look like it flies, but maybe they make them all fly ultimately. I do kind of like the little lizard boy, but I'm making progress to these reps too fast, and I don't have an income, really. So I spent 600,000 grand to get the 3 mounts from the Heaven's Ward. I was kind of counting on these ones being cheaper, but they're 120 grand, and there's 5 of them, probably? So that's 600 grand again. Oh, no. You think that the newest expansion would be more expensive, the newer expansion would be more expensive collectively. Like, I guess they're cheaper individually, but not collectively. I don't care about pets very much. Let's see, steel exchange. Okay, so the little anchor things I've gotten from dailies, I can also turn into these dailies. And a glamour dispeller, apparently? And a song. Alright, so I'll get these room decorations, because I don't care about outdated items like that. And I guess I could spend the rest on ventures. Might as well. There we go. Bye forever, buddy! Yeah, well, I hadn't unlocked the feature yet, is the problem. When we went to the guild house or whatever, somebody loaned me, or like gave me the money to buy a room. And then I just didn't, because it turned out I didn't have the feature unlocked. But now I finally did, so I bought a room, and then I'm like, oh, I don't have a single thing to put in this room. So, let's see what I get from the reps, if I actually like what any of them look like, because otherwise, I don't know what to do. Alright, well that's down. 4 more to go.